everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel this week. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out and a thanks to all the people who came over from Spaced Out Radio on YouTube to subscribe to my channel. I really thank you guys for the support. And all the people who came over from Sin City Family to subscribe to my channel, I really thank you for the support. For those of you who don't know what Sin City Family is, it's this couple out of Las Vegas, Julie and Manny, who started live streaming, and I mean that's all they do now. That's their job. They go up and down Las Vegas, the Strip, and they live stream and record stuff. So I suggest if you're going to Las Vegas, I highly suggest you follow them. I just came back from Las Vegas a couple of days ago, and I can tell you, following them really helped me navigate Las Vegas a lot. So I'm really glad I found them. And I also drove up to the back gate of Area 51, which was pretty creepy and exciting and amazing at the same time. I do suggest if you're planning on driving out there, make sure your car is in good condition, because if you break down out there, you're pretty much going to be screwed. You hardly ever see any traffic on that ETI way, and there's like no cell reception out there, and it's spotty. I think I may have went like 40 or 50 minutes in that area getting close to Area 51 where there's no cell reception, and then also leaving out there was no, so I pretty much went 2 hours without any cell reception. So if I would have broke down, I probably would have been screwed. Maybe some passerby would have came and helped me. Yes, but I suggest you follow Sensitive Family. Also check out Dave over at Spaced Out Radio. His show is all about cryptids and ghosts and elves and UFOs and Sasquatch. It's really interesting. He's really cool. So yeah, both really cool shows. I highly recommend you follow them. So what I want to talk about this week was the UAP report, UAP Task Force actually. Some changes that are going on to it that came out this week, actually yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. So it looks like the UAP Task Force is not going to be under the office of the Director of National Intelligence anymore. It's going to be moved to, let me see, under the Department of Defense. Actually, let me just read this for you. So there's this bill that came out, the S-2610. And in this bill, it talks about the UAP Task Force. It talks about other stuff too in this bill, but there's a section here that talks about the UAP Task Force. And it's section 345. Scroll up. So it says 345, support for and oversight of unidentified aerial phenomenon task force. 1. Appropriate committees of Congress. The term appropriate committees of Congress includes A. The Congressional Intelligence Committee, B. The Committee on Armed Services of the Senate, C. The Committee on Armed Services of the House of Representatives. 2. Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. The term Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force means that the task force established by the Department of Defense on August 4th, 2020 to be led by the Department of Navy under the office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, or just say OUSTAT for short. That's much better than that with a mouthful of words. B. Availability of data on unidentified aerial phenomenon. The Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense shall, each in coordination with each other, require each element of the intelligence community and the Department of Defense with data relating to unidentified aerial phenomena to make such data available immediately to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force and to NASA, which they included in here, the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. That's very interesting. They put NASA in here. C. Quarterly reports to Congress. In general, no later than 90 days after the date of the enactment of this act, and not less frequently than quarterly thereafter, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force or such other entity as the Deputy Secretary of Defense may designate to be responsible for matters relating to the unidentified aerial phenomenon, and shall submit to the appropriate committees of Congress quarterly reports on the findings of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force or such other designated entity, as the case may be. 2. Contents. Each report submitted under paragraph 1 shall include at a minimum the following: A. All reported unidentified aerial phenomenon related events that occurred during the previous 90 days. B. All reported unidentified aerial phenomenon related events that occurred during a time period other than the previous 90 days but were not included in an early report. And 3, form. Each report submitted under paragraph 1 should be submitted in classified form. So what does that mean for the rest of us? Are we going to see anything? Probably not. They're just moving it from one department to the other. I mean, I want to hold out hope we're going to see more information coming out from this task force, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So if more of you, I mean, I don't even know if this bill has passed. So I haven't heard my people who I follow really talk about it. I've heard Richard Dole and Linda Moon-Howe talk about it. I pulled this off of some other people I follow on YouTube, but I'm waiting to hear like Richard Dolan or Linda Moore-Howe or even George Knapp talk about this report, so we can get a more definite answer on what this means for us. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Lou Elizondo. So I don't know if you guys have heard he's coming out with a book. I'm not sure what this book is going to talk about since he can't talk about his work he did at the Pentagon. And he's done so many podcasts and interviews. What else could he possibly say in this book? I'll be curious to know. I mean, I'm not going to run out and buy this book. I'll wait to see if somebody else is going to buy this book. And if they say he's telling us more than what he's already told us in the public, then I might get the book. But so far,